Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including Tesla removing another big feature, big software improvements arriving for all customers, new Tesla semi-release info, and Model Y production finally catching up, so let's get into it. First up today, Tesla is in the process of slowly rolling out their latest FSD update. This one is supposed to be a big one, and it's big enough for Elon to specifically number it 10.69. When asked about when it will be released, Elon said there are many major code changes, so this will be an extra cautious rollout, releasing on 8/20 to around 1,000 Tesla owners, then 10.69.1 next week to accommodate feedback and release to around 10,000 customers, then 10.69.2 week after and release to rest of FSD beta. As we see with almost every release, it won't be a surprise if this gets further delayed, but the catch here is that once this version is fully released, the FSD package currently priced at $12,000 will be going up to a whopping $15,000. Elon said on August 21st, quote, "After wide release of FSD beta 10.69.2, price of FSD will rise to $15,000 in North America on September 5th. Current price will be honored for orders made before September 5th but delivered later. Note, you can upgrade your existing car to FSD in 2 minutes via the Tesla app." This is another huge increase of $3,000 over the previous version, and it has brought a lot of debate from Tesla owners. Some are fully on board and see what Elon is creating here. Tesla is slowly raising the price since they are getting closer to true autonomy, which would be worth far more than $15,000. However, this full autonomy is something Elon has promised for years now and never seems to come to fruition, no matter how many times he says it's coming this year. In its current state, the FSD beta functions well and is improving a lot, but in no way represents autonomy that doesn't require human supervision. Maybe it could soon, and that's what people paying $15,000 for FSD are betting on. On the other side of things, many, including myself, feel that FSD isn't worth the cost in its current form, and it's very unclear as to when something worth $15,000 will finally arrive. I even find enhanced autopilot overpriced at $6,000, but that at least includes most of what FSD truly delivers today. In any case, Tesla still offers FSD as a subscription for $199, and many feel that with the latest price increase, Tesla will have to raise that subscription price. Either that, or they are purposely trying to push customers to subscribe rather than buy up front. Some quick napkin math here shows that if you choose to buy the FSD package at $15,000 instead of subscribing for $200 a month, it would take you over 6 years before you'd be saving money buying instead of subscribing. Then if you sold your car, you'd lose FSD and have to purchase it again at the new price on a new Tesla. However, that's assuming nothing changes with the FSD price in 6 years, and we've seen tons of changes in the past few years. Either way, Tesla is working hard on FSD, and it could be a big deal, but many don't see the logic in charging $15,000 for beta software today that requires strict driver monitoring. What are your thoughts, though? Leave a comment below to let me know. Regarding full self-driving and Tesla's included Autopilot system, though, some statistics posted by Tesla's head of Autopilot software show some impressive safety results. He posted a Twitter thread about occupancy networks and said, quote, "These predictions are already used to prevent a lot of collisions. For example, Autopilot prevents around 40 crashes per day where human drivers mistakenly press the accelerator at 100% instead of the brakes. In the video, Autopilot automatically brakes, saving this person's legs." This is the kind of thing we don't hear about often with Autopilot because FSD seems to take the headlines along with any accidents involving a Tesla, but this is a big deal. Improvements like these should make a huge impact in the future and fold into the FSD package, which may make that full price worth it. The real question is timing. Next up today, Tesla is currently in the process of removing major features from cars while also adding some. We've seen over the past few years Tesla removing radar sensors, removing passenger lumbar support, removing mobile chargers, removing license plate covers, and more as their cars have gone up in price. For some, this is no big deal, but others, this removes a feature that they truly valued. The story for radar sensors was likely a mix of supply constraints and Tesla's Autopilot software changing. Tesla initiated the transition to Tesla Vision in May of 2021, which uses the Autopilot cameras and neural network to deliver Autopilot features. In doing so, they eliminated the need for radar in the system, so they removed those sensors from Model 3s and Ys going forward. In February of 2022, they removed radar from the Model S and X as well. This initially brought some downsides, and some have reported that the Tesla Vision system brings worse phantom braking. It's unclear if that is the cause for increased complaints, but one limited feature that is still there for Tesla Vision cars is that, quote, "Auto steer will be limited to a maximum speed of of 85 miles per hour and a longer minimum following distance. Tesla originally said of this that for a short period during this transition, cars with Tesla Vision may be delivered with some features temporarily limited or inactive. They further added that in the weeks ahead, we'll start restoring these features via a series of over-the-air software updates. It has been 15 months since this change was initiated, and this feature still isn't available as it was originally. However, many would argue that you don't need Autopilot to actually exceed 85 miles per hour or have a closer following distance than 2. Either way, it is a limitation over what the Autopilot system could deliver with radar sensors, and now that change is being implemented on all Tesla vehicles. In software version 2022.20.9, Tesla notes say, your vehicle is now running Tesla Vision. It will rely on camera vision coupled with neural net processing to deliver certain autopilot and active safety features. Vehicles using Tesla Vision have received top safety ratings, and fleet data shows that it provides overall enhanced safety for our customers. Note that with Tesla Vision, available following distance settings are from 2 to 7, and auto steer top speed is 85 miles per hour, 140 kilometers per hour. This is the first time we have seen Tesla disabling radar in vehicles equipped with it, aside from those with the FSD beta, and it comes with two things. On one side, Tesla reported enhanced overall safety with Tesla Vision, but on the other, many won't appreciate that their vehicle is now downgraded in a sense. It can't do auto steer as fast and can't do a following distance of 1. Also, in situations where radar may have helped, it will be there but inactive. It's unclear how many people this is rolling out to at the moment, but many expect Tesla to roll it out slowly as they receive feedback. Clearly, the system they are working on the most right now is Tesla Vision with the FSD beta, so it makes sense for them to streamline this. Hopefully, it leads to improvements rather than something that feels like a removed feature down the line. What are your thoughts though? Are you okay with Tesla updating and deactivating the radar sensor in your slightly older Tesla? Do you see it as an improvement? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. On the other side of things, Tesla is rolling out software version 2022.24.5 to all customers, and it brings a lot of great features. First off is a very requested feature that will allow you to move the position of your blind spot camera on screen. Here it is in my Model 3, and I'm able to choose 3 different spots for the camera to be. Having 2 options that are at the top of the screen is great because I would always end up somewhat blocking the lower spot with my hand on the wheel. I personally like the upper left corner the best, and it sits right below necessary speed information. Here I am driving with it, and after testing it for just a few minutes, it's already a much better placement for me. It's still not the most elegant positioning on the screen anywhere it goes because it has to cover something and they are limited with screen real estate. The official release notes say, adjust the placement of your blind spot camera on your display by dragging the camera feed. The camera feed will appear in the same position when your blinker is active. I'm really glad to see this feature arrive, but possibly the biggest new thing here is Tesla profiles. Tesla says keep your settings and preferences synchronized across all supported vehicles using your Tesla account, including mirror, seating, and steering wheel adjustments, autopilot, driving and climate control preferences, navigation, media, and data sharing preferences. You set this up by going to driver profile settings, and here I am setting up mine. It's incredibly easy to set up. It auto-linked my profile to my account, and then I simply clicked set up. Then my profile is linked. Once linked, it says your vehicle settings and preferences will travel with you across supported Tesla vehicles. I'm really curious to see how this works when syncing between different vehicles that actually need different seating adjustments like the Model 3 and Y. Either way, it's very exciting to see this feature arrive, and it quickly means that owners of multiple Teslas can sync their settings and have them updated regularly as they change things in one car. Then, if you rent a Tesla, settings can be accessed immediately by logging into the rented car. This is something Elon Musk has legitimately talked about doing since August of 2017, so it's really great to see this finally arrive. The update also brings a couple other features. You can disable Sentry sounds, and they say to prevent disturbing neighbors, you can now disable these sounds made by Sentry mode. Then specifically for driver profiles, quote, any navigation recents or favorites will now be saved to the active driver profile. I imagine we'll see more driver profile settings make their way to the cloud as Tesla rolls out and improves this feature. A couple other features not noted in the release notes include updates to traffic along route. According to Not a Tesla app, any slow traffic conditions along your navigation route are now shown prominently as part of the route line on the map. Note this feature requires premium connectivity. That will make traffic much more obvious within maps. You can set rear climate controls to auto within settings. You can enable, quote, apply brakes when regenerative braking is limited in the Model S and X, and it says your vehicle can now automatically apply regular brakes for consistent deceleration when regenerative braking is limited due to battery temperature or state of charge. To enable tap controls, pedals and steering apply brakes when regenerative braking is limited. That's a big one that should be very interesting to see them roll out. If applied well, it would mean that even at a 100% state of charge, your car would feel the same from a one-pedal driving perspective. For GPS directions, when the next step has to move to the left side of the screen, it has been moved to the top left instead of the bottom left. This may sound like a small update, but this is actually a huge UI improvement over what it was previously. Here I am driving with it. It makes far more sense than it did before and really improves the experience and look there. Another update is for tire pressure. This has been updated to include the last known tire pressure for each wheel, which is a great update. Previously, you had to drive a bit in order to see the display at all. You have the option to uninstall individual games to free up space on the vehicle's internal drive, and turn signals have been moved up to the very top of the screen to make room for the blind spot camera. As you can see, this is a very large update and it brings tons of very useful features to the car, many of which aren't even mentioned in the release notes. I'm very excited to see this, and it's another example of how, while Tesla is removing certain features, they're also adding tons of features, and these cars get better over the course of ownership. Next up, regarding Model Y demand and production, it appears Tesla may be catching up. 2 days ago, it was reported on Drive Tesla that Giga Texas has followed Giga Berlin's lead by reaching a milestone of 1,000 Model Ys produced in a single week. The photo shown here was posted by a Tesla employee on Snapchat, and it's a photo outline of the factory with the 1,000 mark and signatures from all the employees involved. At Tesla's 2022 annual shareholder meeting, Elon said that Giga Texas should reach 1,000 cars a week, quote, in a few months, so this appears to be putting Giga Texas ahead of schedule. They are currently building standard range Model Ys with 4680 cells, along with long range 2170 cell Model Ys, which seems to be the focus at this point. Photos of thousands of Model Ys in white at Giga Texas have been posted from drone flyovers, so Tesla clearly has a lot of cars ready to go from that factory. That production rate definitely makes sense with what we're seeing. It's unclear if this is a big contributor to this next piece, but Tesla has for the first time in a while reduced estimated delivery times on Model Ys in the US. If you configure a regular long-range Model Y with stock wheels and paint, seemingly the most popular option, the estimated delivery is March to July of 2023. Previously, this would sometimes exceed a year lead time. If you instead change to induction wheels, you'll have an estimated delivery date of December 2022 to April of 2023. That's significantly less weight than it has been, and a contributor could be the impending tax credit. Come 2023, the car should qualify for a $7,500 credit, so many buyers may want to wait, but the timing and qualifications of EV purchases is very unclear at this moment. It's interesting to watch how this changes and actually ends up changing once customers order their vehicles. For my Model Y, which I ordered back in March of this year, Tesla originally predicted somewhere around June for delivery, likely since I ordered white interior. Now it has been pushed to a range of September 3rd to October 8th. I'm very curious to see how this may change for a faster delivery or keep getting pushed back. Either way, as Giga Texas is ramping up and estimated delivery dates are moving up, I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to get worse in 2023. If this car ends up qualifying for a full tax credit, especially if it's at the point of sale as it's supposed to be, many people will want to order. It's always extremely tough to time with Tesla because cars can be delivered far later or far earlier than expected. But once the credit is confirmed for this car, there will likely be a huge influx of orders. At that point, I'd expect wait times to increase again, even as Tesla is ramping up at Giga Texas. So you might want to buy now, or you might want to wait. It's really hard to know. A contributor to these long lead times could be the companies that are buying up tons of Teslas. Autonomy is a company that purchases Teslas and rents them out to customers using a subscription model. Electrek recently reported that they are now taking delivery of about 200 Teslas per week. When considering the accomplishment of Giga Texas hitting 1,000 vehicles made a week, 200 a week to one company will make a big impact. Essentially, they have a huge backlog of orders, offer the subscription, and can get customers in a Tesla very quickly. It's very interesting to see, and it'll be interesting to watch companies like them and Hertz and how they impact Tesla's lead times. Next up today, Tesla appears to truly be working towards launching the Semi this year. Not only did Elon Musk confirm it on Twitter, but Tesla posted about it and fully updated their website with new information. On August 9th, Elon Musk tweeted saying, Tesla 500-mile range semi-truck starts shipping this year, Cybertruck next year. This was very exciting to hear as this truck has been very delayed. We've seen Tesla working towards production at Giga Nevada and Frito-Lay installing new megachargers at their facilities in preparation for Tesla Semi deliveries, but recently recently Tesla posted and then removed a video on their Instagram. This video featured the Tesla Semi and said Tesla Semi ships later this year. The most interesting part of this post was it officially showing up to a megacharger. These designs have been obvious for some time now, but this appears to be the first time Tesla confirmed that these are indeed megachargers for the Semi. You can even see the driver plugging it in. As for the updates shown on their website, we can see inspiration taken from all of Tesla's latest products. They say, quote, 3 independent motors provide instant torque and unmatched power at any speed, so drivers can merge safely and keep pace with traffic, accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 20 seconds fully loaded, and maintain highway level speeds even up steep grades. Then in the new render of the interior, we can see an updated steering wheel and updated screens. The Semi features 2 dedicated screens with relevant info, the latest software, and it appears that the left screen has all of your driving necessities, while the right screen has maps. In addition, the outside of each screen has a dedicated blind spot camera, which should prove very useful. The design of the steering wheel is definitely taken from the refreshed Model S and X. While it's a normal wheel and not a yoke, it does not appear to have stalks. There are what appear to be touch-sensitive buttons for blinkers, lights, the horn, windshield wipers, and voice commands. Then, of course, there are 2 scroll wheels. Those are very interesting interior updates to see, and I'm very curious about the touch-sensitive buttons on the wheel and how well those are received by customers. Below that, they talk about safety and range and feature the video of the Tesla being megacharged. For range, Tesla says, quote, combination trucks account for about 18% of US vehicle emissions. Semi will help change that. With less than 2 kilowatt hours per mile of energy consumption, Semi can travel up to 500 miles on a single charge, recover up to 70% of range in 30 minutes using Tesla's Semi chargers. This is updated from their original predictions in 2017, and it's proving that the Semi with megachargers truly will work well. 70% in 30 minutes won't work for every single situation at this point, but it will work for many. As for the cost savings, they say operators can see estimated fuel savings of up to $200,000 within their first 3 years of ownership. What they did do at the same time as updating the Semi, though, is eliminated the option to order one. Instead, you can simply click Get Updates. This means they aren't taking new orders, which probably makes sense as they are just starting initial deliveries, but it also likely means they will increase the price. Costs have gone up significantly across the board for Tesla in the past 5 years, and this truck requires a ton of batteries. It'll be interesting to see how much it costs when it's available to order again. While the Semi isn't a product that the average customer is interested in, it will have a big impact on the industry, and it does show that even though it's heavily delayed, Tesla is delivering on another product. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see all the latest EVs coming out in 2023 and beyond, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.